Welcome to part 2 of this video, now with good lighting. I should have done this from the beginning. Sorry guys. Alright, so the next palette we're gonna keep, the next couple of palettes, is the Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Like, hello. Beautiful. So, she's staying. I actually have used her about once. I need to use her a little bit more, but it's a really nice formula from what I've tried so far. So I'm really excited to use it some more. What's up, little guy? What's up? Come here. Come here. Come to mommy. So I have a little assistant. This is Hayes. Oh, and my other little assistant is here. Come here, Poofy. Poofy. This is Poofy. She hates being held like this. This is Poofy. Hi, say hi, Poofy. This is Poofy. This is Poofy. And this is Hayes. So they came by to say hi because they're like, why is mommy on the floor talking to herself for like the last 2 hours? Next palette I'm keeping, Blood Sugar. Just gonna go through the ones that I'm keeping fairly fast. Obviously, this is one of Jeffree Star's best palettes. I love it. I've gotten a good amount of use of it and I actually need to use it more as the rest of these, but beautiful red, like neutral-ish palette. Gorgeous, gorgeous formula. All of the Jeffree Star eyeshadow palettes, I would say, have a very consistent formula. The mattes are amazing. The shimmers and foils are fabulous. Like I said, I know a lot of people feel some type of way about the thirsty shimmers, but I love those too. I mean, do we even have to talk about Blue Blood? Like, I adore this palette beyond belief. I've used it so much. I need to actually use it even more because every time I use it, I love the looks that I create. It's a gorgeous palette. Can't get enough of Blue Blood. We have the Red Riding Hood Storybook Cosmetics palette. Gorgeous, gorgeous little guy right here. I love this. Beautiful, small, neutral palette. Very easy to use. Just, I love you. I love you. I love this palette. Every time I've used it, I've gotten some beautiful looks that I just absolutely adore. We got a little bit of dog hair on it. It's okay. We're gonna... So I was hoping that they weren't gonna wake up from their nap, but they're here now. So I'm gonna get some dog hair on our bougie as fuck Bloodlust palette. I love this palette. I love this palette. Did I say I love this palette? Because I love this palette. I know a lot of people were complaining that the colors weren't like sultry enough or purple enough. Like, excuse me, this is very purple. It has a lot of really pretty pastel-y colors. That red is gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. I've gotten some beautiful looks with this palette and I'm looking forward to using it more. The Big Conspiracy palette. Nothing revolutionary about me saying that I'm gonna keep this palette. It's a stunning, stunning, stunning palette. I guess I still had the plastic in here. I love the colors in here. I've played a little bit around with the formula and it goes with every experience that I have with Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadows. It's been lovely, so she's staying. Next palettes that I have on hand here, I'm probably never going to get rid of on aesthetics alone. These are the... Are these the Revolution Beauty? Yeah, these are just the Makeup Revolution. I think maybe I Heart Revolution little teddy bear palettes. These are so cute. I've actually used these a handful of times and the formula is not that bad. I wouldn't say it's the best Makeup Revolution formula, but they're pretty nice. This is the rose gold one. Also have the gold. The gold, I really like this one. I would say my favorite one is the pink one, especially because the shades inside, I think I've used this one the most, even though it probably doesn't look like it. Really cute. The pans, the eyeshadow pans in here are stupid in my opinion. I feel like they should have gone with like a regular eyeshadow shape because in some of these little slivers right here, like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to get my eyeshadow brush in here? Like, are you... Like, these are at least a little bit bigger, but these little earpieces, like, are you fucking kidding me? No. No. Overall, these were really cute. I enjoyed them, but they're not the best. And again, the eyeshadow pans, if that bothers you, these are really gonna bother you, so Just saying. Of course I'm keeping all of these. I acquired these not too long ago. These are the Kaleidos Futurism palettes. This is the this is the Futurism 1 Sci-Fi Greens palette. Beautiful. I love this palette. This reminds me kind of the Gemini palette by Melt Cosmetics, but definitely a lot different because this is more of a mustardy brown, like a yellowy brown, rather than a straight up mustard color. There are differences in these shades, and the formula is gorgeous. I believe I got these on sale. Lovely palettes. I love this one. Do you see how crazy my hair is? The only effort I've been putting in lately is like getting out of bed, putting on clothes. Makeup is a lot of effort. This is the most effort we've been doing. This is the Cyber Bronze. Gorgeous neutral palette. I love this bad boy right here. Like, oh, I love it. I love it. Like I said, all of these are staying. We have on hand is the Futurism 3 Astro Pink. This is what this bad boy looks like. I love this palette. I love all of these. Well, I love the first three, definitely, because I've actually used them and enjoyed them quite a bit. The last two I've only swatched, but I'm really excited to dip into, and those are the Futurism 4 VR Neons. These are everything, like just, what? She is staying. Right here is the Kaleidos Futurism 5 Electric Turquoise. The packaging on all of these, I love how compact it is, but how creative and just gorgeous. The mirror in all of these is very lovely. Oh my god, this palette is so pretty. I can't wait to like slather my eyeballs in this. This is staying. All of these are staying. The next one that I know for sure is staying. We haven't decluttered anything in like the last 15 minutes. That's kind of a problem. But my Burn Book palette, as with all storybook palettes, it's like a book. Boom. Colors in here are beautiful, and from swatching these, they're a lot like the formula in the Little Red Riding Hood palette, so I'm really excited to use this and put this on my eyes. So this was the stack of palettes that I'm for sure keeping, which was a big stack, and now we're going to move on to the rest of the palettes. Hopefully I can declutter some more palettes, because right now we have kept a ton. Maybe a little too many, like. This is the next stack that we have here. We're starting off with the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. I'm keeping this one. I've only used this a handful of times. I've said this like about the last, what, 10 palettes. But yes, keeping it. Beautiful, beautiful palette. I love these shades. Gorgeous pastels. Definitely hanging on to this one. All right, I feel like I keep getting closer and closer to you guys because I'm just like so excited to show you. Next I have, these are fairly new to my collection. These are the Huda Beauty Neon palettes. I feel like these look better in this lighting. Ooh. But this packaging is cute. This is the coral and the pinks. Pink one, pink neon, and pink. Is this pink coral? I don't know. She came out with 3 palettes. These are 2 of them because the green one is not green at all. I've used the pink one. I've really enjoyed it so far. Like I said, the shimmers of Huda Beauty, at least in this palette, remind me a lot of those Jeffree Star Thirsty palette shimmers. And I can't wait to dig into this one. This one's gonna be fun. Alright, next I have these 3 Lime Crime palettes. These are from the Polly Pocket collab inspired situation. I am for sure gonna keep these 2, which is this is the Pink Lemonade and the Bubblegum. So I'm keeping these. I actually really like these. These are my 2 favorites. This one's probably the most favorite. This one's really nice. I've gotten some pretty looks with it. So for that reason, these are both staying. I've actually used these quite a bit. This last one right here is really, really pretty. I love this one. This is the Sugar Plum. Like, I mean, look at these colors. This is the all shimmer one. These are beautiful, beautiful shimmers. But I have other colors like this in my collection that I reach for far more often, so she's gonna go to a better home where she actually gets loved on. I have these plushies, Quads by Lime Crime. This is the Sweet Blends. This is really cute. I actually love combining this one with the Bubblegum palette because I do need some deeper mattes to work in this palette, but these two color schemes work very well together. These palettes are usually on sale if they're not, I don't know if they're still available on the website, but if they are, they're usually on sale. If they're not on the website, they're probably at Nordstrom Rack. But as you can see, these color stories go very well together, so I pair these quite often. We have the Fresh Squeezed. This is really cute. I love this one as well. I get quite a bit use out of it, so she's also staying. And this palette right here, this is the Mini Tasty Avocado palette from Makeup Revolution. This is beautiful. I've used it once so far, and I can't wait to use it more. I love it. So this is a great little drugstore palette. Next stack, we have some of the Milani Everyday Eyes palettes. I have the Bare Necessities, Earthy Elements, Smoky Essentials, and Plum Basics. Beautiful palette, actually way better than the Lime Crime Gold one. I'm definitely hanging on to this one for now. I love this palette. The formula on it is great. I hope Milani didn't discontinue these because I don't see these too often at the drugstore. But yeah, I do really like these. This is the Plum Basics. And out of all of these, I think this is the only one that I'm going to part ways with. Not that it's not beautiful, I just don't reach for this one often. And I have other palettes that I feel like are more plummy and more purpley than this one. So because of that reason, I'm going to give this one away. This is more of a muted purple, muted plum color scheme. I just wanted something a little bit richer. I guess, from this palette. So because of that, it's gonna go. But otherwise, I do, like I said, like the formula of these. But she has to go to a better home. And last, we have the Earthy Elements, which is this one. This is the first one that I actually lusted after quite heavily. And I love this one still to this day. So she's staying. And last but not least, we have the Smoky Essentials. Again, I really like this one, so she's staying too. So 3 out of 4, at least we got rid of one. The Wet n Wild Pac-Man collaboration eyeshadow palette. I've used this like twice, but these are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bright colors from the drugstore. So definitely staying. Love this formula. Actually, let me get you a little bit closer. I feel like a lot of you are familiar with this palette by this point in time, but just in case you're not, again, beautiful palette. Next palette that we have here is the NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. This is the Phoenix edition. I'm sure you guys can hear my dogs playing in the background. But anyway, this was okay. I didn't use this much, but the few times that I used it, I was highly disappointed. I don't know if any of you remember a time when NYX, at least when they first came out, they had really great eyeshadows. They were really creamy, very blendable. Their mattes weren't the best, but their shimmers were amazing. I feel like now they have improved upon their mattes for the most of the palettes that I've tried, but like, this is mediocre. The color scheme is cute, but this just didn't work as well as I wanted it to, so she's gonna go to a better home. Next, we have the Urban Decay Naked Honey. Thanks, Lizzo, for convincing me to get this palette by looking gorgeous in the ad. I actually got this with my Ulta points, so it was practically free. But this is a beautiful neutral palette. I've used this a handful of times, and every time I've used it, I've gotten the most stunning looks. Like, this is one of the best palettes that Urban Decay has released, I feel like ever. So kudos, Urban Decay. I love this palette. It's not going anywhere. What we have is the Nightlife palette by Sigma in collaboration with Camila Coelho. I don't know how to pronounce this. This was okay. From what I hear, Sigma's updated eyeshadow formula, the newer or newest palettes they've come out with are really nice, but this was also underwhelming, so she's gonna go as well. Color scheme is gorgeous. I love the colors picked for this palette. So I don't know if it's just old or this original formula is just not that great, but just not that into it. So she's gonna go to a better home. All right, we have a thunderstorm outside. Next palette that we have is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Not a Basic Peach. This is a 10 pen palette. This is really cute. I've gotten a lot of really nice looks out of it, but unfortunately, I just don't use it as much. So she's also gonna go to a better home. And I have other palettes with a similar color scheme as well. So I would much rather pass this on to somebody else who doesn't have anything quite like that. Next, I have a palette that I'm for sure keeping. This is the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. This was a gift for my birthday, and I love this palette. It's beautiful. Definitely need to dig more into it. I definitely use the Mini Breaker more, which, let me pull that one out. That was going to be in another stack, but since I'm talking about this, might as well pull it out. So she is staying because this is the most beautiful palette. Oh my god, I use this so much, like all the time. I dig into this palette. I get beautiful smoky grungy looks, bright purple looks, orangey, creamy, just, oh, living, beautiful, love her. Might as well also pull out, I'm getting so out of order with my stacks, but I'm also going to pull out this mini Controversy right here. I really like this palette. I didn't like seeing it at first online. Having it in person, it's definitely a lot more beautiful. So I'm really happy I picked it up. It's a really cute palette. I don't feel like these are the best colors to go with the actual Conspiracy palette, but as its own entity combined with other palettes as a supplemental palette, this is really nice. And again, the formula is really cute. The only shade that I don't really vibe with too much is My Boyfriend's Purse. I feel like it's a good topper shade, but otherwise on its own, it's a little lackluster. These two are Eye Quads by KBD Beauty. I got these for Christmas from my best friend a couple years ago. These are really cute and really nice, all matte quads. I'm definitely keeping these. I do reach for them quite a bit. This cool one is gorgeous, so she's staying for sure. This is the exact moment when my camera not only cut out, but the whole power in my house went out due to that crazy storm. It was also hailing outside. It was absolute madness, but just wanted to let you guys know that. Now back to the rest of the video. We're having all the problems today. Isn't that right, little guy? We're having all the problems today. I don't know why. Anyway, we're just gonna keep him here for moral support. I have the Too Faced Sparkling Pineapple and Razzle Dazzleberry Tutti Frutti or whatever, I think, eyeshadow palettes. These are really cute. I really enjoy these. I know these got a lot of criticism from being basic, and they are a little basic, but they're basically super cute. Love the pineapple one. I would say my favorite one though is the Razzle Dazzleberry. I know fragrance and eyeshadow irritates certain people's eyes, so I wouldn't recommend it if that seems to be the case for you, but I love these. The formula of these are really nice. Again, the berry one, definitely the fan favorite, but these are also staying. The Jackie Aina palette is staying. Beautiful palette. I have used this a good amount of times. I would say maybe like twice, which is not a lot, but this is a really cute palette. I really like this. I can't wait to use it more. It's amazing. He loves sniffing the makeup. All right. Next we have the Norvina palette. I adore this palette. Oh my god. I use this palette so much. It's amazing. I love the color scheme. I feel like this palette is highly underrated. Yeah, just gorgeous, gorgeous palette. It's not super purple, which I know is a big criticism that it got when it came out, but these nice pops of pinky and purple are gorgeous. The formula is beautiful. I love the looks that I get with this. Now we have one of the oldest palettes here, and that is the Urban Decay Smoke palette. I'm going to put you down, little guy, because you're getting heavy. You're getting sleepy. Alright, we got the Smoked palette from Urban Decay. I love this palette. One of my favorite smoky palettes of all time. These eyeshadows still work great. I know this is very old, but it doesn't irritate my eyes as of yet. I haven't had any issues. The pigmentation is still on point. I would prefer for them to bring it back with the formula that's in the Naked Honey palette, but I love this, so it's staying. Next, I have two Coastal Scents Revealed palettes. This is the Revealed Smoky. Beautiful smoky palette. She's staying, and this is the Coastal Scents Revealed Rouge. Gorgeous palette. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This one's amazing. I really like the Revealed palettes by Coastal Scents. So these two staying. The ABH Norvina Volume 3. This was a Cyber Monday purchase. It's staying. I love this palette to death. It's amazing. I really like the formula. It's a lot different than the regular Anastasia Beverly Hills formula, but it's still absolutely amazing. These are beautiful brights. I love the neutral colors that are in here. Really great. This is the next stack. I have 3 of the I Heart Revolution and Makeup Revolution. This one's a Makeup Revolution. This is a I Heart Revolution. Same company, different bullshit. Alright, we have the I Heart Revolution Nudes. This is a really great neutral palette. I love this. I'm going to keep it for now. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm planning on using it again because I love the neutral shades in here. The shimmers are great. It goes on very buttery. I really like this palette. We have the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Orange. This is another really nice palette from Makeup Revolution. I really like this one, so it's also staying for now. I really enjoy the formula. I like the mattes. I like the shimmers. It's great. Definitely a hit for me. And the last one that is definitely a hit is the Makeup Revolution Rose Gold palette. This is just amazing. The shimmers in here are on point. The mattes are really creamy. Awesome palette. Awesome palette. Cannot rave about this enough. I believe this is still available. If you're looking for something like with this color story, I highly recommend that one. Next we have another Makeup Revolution. This is the Emily Edit, the Wands palette. I love Emily Noel 83. She is amazing, and I really enjoy this palette. I actually have 2 of these because this one that's open right here came with a broken mirror, and this was just a lot of hassle to get. No regrets about getting it. I love the color story. I love the formula of this palette. It's actually really nice. Probably some of the best that Makeup Revolution's ever done. Like I said, I have 2, and I have used both of them. Because I'm a crazy person. I think I put one up and I forgot that I had it. Something or the other. I know some people were saying they were getting like palettes that weren't good formula, or they weren't as good as the reviews were saying. That's another reason why I kept both these palettes. The formula was consistent. I really enjoyed them. Again, I'm gonna keep both of these because I'm crazy and I love you, Emily. Probably if somebody sent that small part to Emily Noel, she would probably think I'm like a stalker or something insane, but I hope not. Alright, next I have the Violet Boss Bro palette, which looks like this. I know a lot of people hate on Violet Boss's packaging. They say it's really corny. I personally love it. It fulfills the tacky desires of my heart. This is a gorgeous palette. If you're a makeup artist, this is amazing. When I do makeup gigs, I love taking this palette because you can get smoky looks. You have basically every neutral look that you could want. Got the more Renaissance and Venus 1 kind of vibes where it's like a reddish pink. You got your oranges, you got your golds, you got some cool tones. Love this palette. Cannot rave about it enough. So that's staying. Another palette that's staying is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner. This was a 2017 holiday palette, I believe. This is a really cute palette. I have some sentimental value attached to this palette because of the time that I received it, and just on every occasion that I've worn it, really nice things have happened the day that I've worn this palette. Maybe it's just a freaky coincidence, but definitely not getting rid of it. I know the color story is a little bit all over the place for a lot of people, but I've created some stunning looks with this palette, and like I said, the formula is really nice. I know some people got rid of it because of the association with her, but she's not associated with the brand anymore, and Kendo did what we asked as makeup consumers and fans, so I do plan on supporting the brand and buying from them in the future. So this palette is staying as a reminder if I do get rid of some makeup in the future, to invest in some KVD Beauty, just to show them like, hey, I appreciate what you did by taking away this very toxic person from your business. This is another Kat Von D palette, but I've thought about this and there's no point in me keeping this. This is the Fetish palette. This was such a big fucking disappointment. Ugh, like, the color story is actually really cute, in my opinion. You have, again, it's a little random, but you have these like nice little clusters. You have this like reddish cluster, you got the smoky cluster, you have this green cluster, but a lot of these colors lie. This kink shade is awful. This is the worst color in the entire palette. The shimmers are really nice. These glitters right here, I actually did enjoy. There's about 3 of them, were really cute, but I don't use this enough to justify keeping it. And again, I have better formulated colors than other palettes that I enjoy way more than this one. So there's no use for me to hang on to something that's just taking up space and dust. And even though I was super excited for this palette and I've given it a lot of tries, I just can't try with it anymore. But yeah, decluttering. No use in keeping this. This is the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Classic palette. We all know it. A lot of us love it a lot. Honestly, this is not my favorite Anastasia palette. It's just not. My favorite Anastasia palette before I ever got a hold of this one, which by the way, thank you best friend. Thank you Frankie for getting this for me. This was a birthday gift. And as you can see, I've used it quite a bit. I do enjoy it. The formula is not bad, but this color scheme is just not inspiring to me as much anymore. I am going to make a little bit more effort of using this in the near future, so I am going to keep it for now. I am going to keep it for now. But if I don't use this or reach for this on a regular basis in 6 months, I'm definitely going to declutter it. Man, I just don't use this enough. I really don't. I'm having so many doubts right now about even keeping it in the first place, but I'm just gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna make an effort to use it. Like I said, if I'm not using it in the next couple of months, she's gonna go. Alright, the next palette that I have is the Androgyny palette from Jeffree Star. This is more of a recent addition. I got this as a gift for Christmas this past year, and I have used it a bit. I wouldn't say this is the exact same formula as the rest of his palettes that I do own, but this is still really cute. I have not used these blue shades right here, but I have used all the other colors, and I do enjoy this palette, so I'm excited to use these like grungy blues. I haven't had any issues or patchiness or anything like that. These are not as pigmented as his current formula, so these are more on the buildable side, which I do not mind. Again, these are not bad colors, but I just want to make you aware of that if you are interested in this palette, because it's definitely something to consider. But the shades in here are really nice. Like I said, I've gotten some really very pretty looks with this palette so far. The next palette is from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Celestial Storm palette. I received this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag, and I absolutely love it. It's such a gorgeous palette. I have used it a good amount of times, and I plan on using it some more. It's absolutely stunning. I enjoy the formula. The shimmers are really cute. It's just a gorgeous color story. Beautiful palette. Beautiful palette. One of my favorite things that I got in my Beautylish Lucky Bag was this for sure, and I had lusted after this palette for a very long time, and the fact that it was the palette that I received in my lucky box is just mind-blowing. It came to fruition, my wish. So love this palette. That's staying. The next palette that we have is the NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This is the rainbow one. This is really cute. I like this a lot more than the Phoenix one. It definitely has a lot more pigment, is a lot prettier, but honestly, I don't reach for this as often as I would like to. So even though this is a really really nice and beautiful brights palette. Like I said, I really like the colors and the way that they were arranged here. I just don't reach for it enough to justify keeping it, so I'm gonna let it go. If you love them, let them go. So I'm letting her go. Alright, the next palette that I have here is the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I love this palette. This is not going anywhere. The formula... This is how you know you've said formula way too many times today. The formula in here is stunning, beautiful, blends great. I love the shimmers in here. Just an amazing palette. If you're thinking about picking this up, definitely do it. And next we have my Profusion Sunkiss palette. This is not going anywhere either. Gorgeous palette. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Every time I use this palette, I get some of my favorite looks. I love the color stories. I love the neutrals, how they mix in those golds, the greens, the purples, the blues, this last row of shimmers right here. Very, very good palette from the drugstore. This was like $10. I love this. I love this so, so much. All right. Second to last. We're almost there. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's do... This is a smaller stack of Juvia's Place shadows. I'm keeping all of these. I just want to go through these. This is the Nomad. This is the most recent one. This is something that I, again, bought with my Ulta points. I'm really excited to use this palette. Definitely my color story and color scheme, so we're keeping her. Also because she hasn't been used. This is something I got for Christmas. This is the Warrior by Juvia's. I've gotten a lot of these palettes for Christmas from people. This is gorgeous. I love this palette. So cute. So, of course, she's staying. All my Juvia's are staying. Yeah, I haven't decluttered a single Juvia's because I love them. The Deuce or the Dolce palette. Dolce. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. Such an underrated palette in Juvia's Place's arsenal. Originally, when I picked up this palette, I wasn't that excited about it, but once I received it in person and I've used it so many times, just obsessed. One of their best palettes, for sure. The Festival by Juvia's. I love this palette as well. So stunning, beautiful, beautiful colors. This is the Magic Mini by Juvia's, and this is the Masquerade Mini. Gorgeous palettes. I love these. I'm definitely keeping them. I'm keeping them. They're staying. I love them. Alright, now we're going to go through this like I showed you initially. So we're almost there, guys. I can't believe it. Jeffree Star Morphe palette. So this is the only Morphe palette that I've ever personally owned. All the other Morphe palettes that I've tried have been Friends' Morphe palettes. And honestly, this is my favorite besides the original Jaclyn Hill formula, which we know it's not the same anymore. If you've kept up with that tea, if not, what are you doing on this website? I'm kidding. You can go and look that up anytime if you're interested. But this is actually really nice. At first when I got it, I didn't enjoy it as much, but now I've grown to actually like it a good amount. I don't love it, but I do like it, and I've gotten a good amount of use of it. I love the mattes in here. The shimmers take a little bit of work, but I figured out how to work with them. Kind of similar technique, I feel like, in application, at least if you're using a brush, to the matte ones, where you kind of swipe it and then pat, as opposed to just patting on the shimmers works better. And of course the finger. These are not the most blinding shimmers, but like I said, I do enjoy them. Some of these really do stand out. The pressed glitter in here, I actually did enjoy a good amount. So yeah, I've grown to like this palette a lot more than when I originally first used it. So she's definitely staying for now, especially because of these basic colors. I've really, really come to enjoy it even more. Next we have the Lorac Mega Pro 4. I really like this palette too. This is beautiful. Holy shit, this is a beautiful palette. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette. I've used this quite a bit, and I'm still planning on using it some more. Beautiful color story. If you can still get your hands on it at like a Halt Look or a Nordstrom Rack, yes. Yes. When the world goes back to normal, yes. Next we have the Venus XL 1 and 2. I love these, and I actually like the Venus XL 2 a lot more than the XL1. This is more my color story. I love these sagey greens, the shimmers. Such a beautiful palette. I feel like this is very underrated and not talked enough about. Very, very beautiful. I might do some tutorials with this because this is an amazing palette, and every time I use it, I get some of my favorite looks with it. That is not to say that the XL1, I should say, is not beautiful, because it is. These are gorgeous neutrals. I actually prefer these types of shades over the ones in the Modern Renaissance a little bit more, but yeah, gorgeous. Love it. All right, next we have the Kathleen Lights So Jaded. Definitely keeping this one. Really cute palette. I love this palette. I've used it maybe like 3 times. I love it. ColourPop, they always kill it. So we have the Like a Boss from Violet Voss. Gorgeous neutral palette. I love this one. So, so beautiful. The greens, the golds, the reddish browns. Beautiful, beautiful palette. Love the formula. So that's also staying. We also have the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. This is also staying as well. I really like this palette. I use it quite a bit. I haven't used it in a minute, so for now it's going to stay. If I don't pick it up in the next 6 months, it's going to go. Next we have my Yes Please palette. We're familiar. She's staying. I love this palette. Good Sport. I haven't used this palette, but I got this right before they discontinued it, and I'm so happy because the color story is stunning, and I can't wait to slather my eyes in it. California Love. I haven't used this yet, but the color story is amazing. I can't wait to. We have the Midas Cosmetics Lemonade palette. I adore this palette. It's so beautiful. One of my favorite yellow palettes. Gorgeous, gorgeous formula, blends so easily, beautiful yellows. Next is another Midas Cosmetics palette. This is the Honeycomb in collaboration with Jennifer Laconis. I believe this is discontinued. Really beautiful palette though. I really like this. I've used this maybe like once, but I love the color story, and the one time that I did use it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, no regrets about this palette. Like I said, the one time that I have used it. And last but not least, the original trilogy of palettes, the Venus 1, 2, and 3. Definitely keeping these. I love these palettes. The Venus 2 is by far my favorite. This mustard shade in here is the most gorgeous mustard shade ever. The greenish gold shade, like these are beautiful. Same thing goes for the Venus 1, which actually I believe what started the whole Modern Renaissance craze, and I do enjoy this, and I find myself reaching for this a lot more than Modern Renaissance. So right now, this one is high-key winning. See, maybe I should use this in conjunction with the Modern Renaissance. Maybe that will get me to use the Modern Renaissance more. The last palette of the day is the Venus 3. I love this palette. It's so pretty. The shimmers are definitely different from the other Lime Crime palettes, but the newer ones kind of have more of these shimmers, so I love these. This is staying. Alright, so that's it for my eyeshadow palette declutter and collection. Let's go through and count how many palettes we have decluttered for today. 16 palettes. This is actually a lot more than what I thought we were gonna get rid of. I was hoping to get rid of a couple of more, but like I said, when we do this again in 6 months, we will dwindle down to the most essential part of my collection. So for now, these are going to go to friends and family and to good homes. So I'm really excited. Again, these are the palettes that we're getting rid of. This is the amount of palettes we are keeping, which is still a lot. But yeah, thank you guys for sitting through two videos here today. And now that we are in phase of the world where everything's crashing around us, I'm probably going to be on here a lot more, hopefully. So I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. She's going crazy. She's going crazy.